Hello and welcome back. In this section, we'll be talking about top mistakes new immigrants make on their Canadian resume. Understanding these common pitfalls can help you create a resume that stands out and increases your chances of landing your desired job in Canada. Let's get started. The first mistake is focusing more on activities rather than your achievements in your professional experience section. That's the part where you're only talking about the things that you used to do, like spoke to tech customers or filed reports or, ensured storage, adequate storage is done, things like that. Just talk about the effort, the activities, the things you used to do. The thing is, employers are more interested in your accomplishments in your previous roles. We know that these activities often lead to those accomplishments. And in some cases, it just might be a no-brainer to know that, if you were responsible for customer service, you were engaging with customers. So think about it. It might not really be the best option for you to just repeat what we already know. Rather, it's best for you to shift your perspective and begin to see, like we said earlier, if you have watched previous videos, your resume more as a marketing tool rather than a customary document that you need to create and just, get people to read. You need to invest more time and effort in ensuring that your resume captures your achievements. One key trick you can use here is what I call the so what method. So try to ask when you go through your professional experience section right now on your resume, if you read each bullet point, see if that bullet point also answered the question, so what? So after reading a responsibility you have written on your resume, think about it. What happened as a result of that responsibility? So that you can amplify your resume by adding it by updating it with that supporting information. You want to really quantify your achievements with numbers, metrics wherever possible, so that it provides concrete evidence of your capabilities. An example is, instead of saying something like responsible for managing the sales team, you could say something like led a sales team of 10, achieving a 20% increase in quarterly revenue. Increase in quarterly revenue being the thing that happened as a result of you leading the sales team. So that answers the so what question. You led the sales team, yes. Remember I said ask yourself so what. So getting to answer the so what question helps you to, project yourself as the person. Remember, every organization exists for a purpose. It doesn't only exist for activities. It exists for a purpose. So they are not looking for people to help them to just carry out activities. They are looking for people who are focused on that purpose and who can help, the organization in the direction of, achieving its purpose. So like I said, increase in quarterly revenue helps, stating that, leading that team shows that leading that team led to an increase in quarterly revenue shows your achievements rather than just the activity or responsibility of leading the sales team. I hope this helps. The second mistake that new immigrants often make on their resume is that they make the listed achievements only about themselves rather than about the client or the organization. So in a case where you're even going further and, writing beyond your responsibilities and activities, you are, talking about your achievements, but you're only talking about the achievements only for yourself, what you did, what you achieved. You got this award, you got that award. It's more about you. When you list your achievements on a resume, it's crucial to highlight how your contributions positively impacted the client, that's the organization's client, or the organization. Focusing solely on your personal achievement may make it seem like you're more concerned with self-promotion rather than how you can benefit the employer. Employers really want to see the value you bring to the table and how your skills and achievements can make the difference, for them as an organization. So let's look at an example. An example is won an award for increasing sales by 30% in 6 months. Well, it's great, to, increase sales by 30% in 6 months. That's amazing. But let's look at another statement and let's see how we can amplify that for you. So increased the company sales by 30% in 6 months by implementing a new sales strategy that improved customer retention and satisfaction. The beauty of this is that it doesn't only show that it doesn't even say anything about you winning an award, which doesn't do anything for the new organization, right? But it talks about how you were able to increase sales. So whoever is reviewing your resume is able to look at that and think, oh, okay, customer retention is, the method, satisfaction is and then boosting customer satisfaction is the method. So this person is particular about ensuring retention and, satisfaction and retention. I want to believe satisfaction comes before retention, but we're not talking about the logic now. We're talking about showcasing, how you were able to achieve that result rather than what that result got for you. Again, how you were able to achieve the increase in sales rather than what the increase in sales did for you. At the interview level, where they're asking you maybe behavioral questions, you might want to talk about it, brag about yourself a little bit. But on your resume, you want to try as much as possible to offer as much information as possible without unnecessarily elongating your resume. So, again, try not to focus too much on yourself and more on the value you added to your previous organization, and by extension, showing the value you can potentially add to your future organization or employer. The third point is using a generic resume for all applications. Many newcomers make the mistake of using a generic resume for all job applications, and it's really crucial for you to learn that you have to tailor your resume for each job you're applying for. I have to state here that it's unrealistic to think that you'll be able to tailor your resume for every single job. I know that sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but because I am also a recent immigrant, sort of, to Canada, I understand how challenging it can be to try to tailor your resume for every, role you're applying for. So my suggestion is you really need to be tailoring your resume for roles that are commensurate with your experience. Maybe you have 3 to 4 or 5 or 7, whatever number of experience that you're looking for. And you're looking for like maybe a supervisory role or a management role or a senior leadership role. You really want to be trying to tailor your resume. And for those jobs particularly that once you read the job description, you're thinking, oh my name is written on this job. This job is for me. I have done this. I can do this. And I'll be a great addition to this organization. You want to be tailoring your resume for those, right? You might skip the tailoring process if, it's like a survival job and it's maybe a job that if you don't get it, you're not losing too much. You're just applying for, let me just apply. I might get it. I might be able to use it for survival. But those jobs that that you qualify for, your area of expertise, you really want to be giving it your best shot. And we tend to think if we don't apply for 10 jobs in a day, we're not doing enough. If you apply for only one job, you haven't done enough. Maybe not. If you apply for only one job and you tailored your resume, you just might be better off than someone who is applying for 10 jobs in a day and who is not tailoring their resume. So tailoring your resume involves highlighting the skills and experience that are most relevant to the job description and adapting your resume to fit them as closely as possible. What this does is that it shows employers that you have specific qualifications that they're looking for. And that shows that they really want to be talking to you, right? They really, really want to be talking to you. So the point I'm trying to make is that you want to spend more of your time tailoring your resume for jobs that are commensurate with your experience than for survival jobs. For example, if you're applying for a marketing position, emphasize your marketing related skills and experience. Even if you have like diverse background, we've spoken about that before. Even if you have diverse background, you've done so many amazing things, please emphasize only the things that are relevant to the job posting, the job that you're applying for. The fourth mistake that a lot of immigrants make when applying for their resume is ignoring the applicant tracking system. The applicant tracking system is real. It's called ATS for short. You may have heard this. It's real. A lot of organizations use it, and please do not ignore it. You might wonder, how do I ignore it? I'm applying for the job. Well, if you have ever had a situation where you have, and it can be very tiring. I know I have ignored that many times. You have been asked to upload your resume, and then you're having to fill a form that asks you the same questions that you have answered with your resume, where they're saying, list your previous employer, the start date, the end date, your responsibilities. You might be tempted to say, oh my God, I don't want to do that because it's already on my resume. Go look at it. You are skipping the applicant tracking system if you do that. You are shortchanging yourself. It's stressful. I don't think it makes sense, but that's just the way the system is right now for some organizations. If you really want to get a job in that organization, you really need to be filling out those forms, even if you have uploaded your resume and it already has all of the information. So to pass through the applicant tracking system, your resume needs to include relevant keywords from the job description. It's also important to use a simple, clean format, again, like we said before, without complex design or graphics that can confuse the system. So to be able to find the keywords, you want to review the job posting and incorporate key phrases and terms into your resume. For example, if the job description emphasizes project management, ensure that the term is included in your resume. For example, if the job description includes project management, you have to ensure that that term is included in your resume, if in cases where it's applicable. But don't worry, there's another video on how to tailor your resume, where all we are talking about in the video is how to tailor your resume. So you will get a step-by-step guide on how to tailor your resume in that video. Go look out for it. To summarize, avoiding these common mistakes can create a strong impression on potential employers and significantly improve your chances of success in your job search. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.